Welcome to Math 1300. My name is Daniel Sweet, and I'll be your instructor this semester. It's a little bit of a unique situation because as you're seeing this video, I am currently in Asia. I'm in either Thailand, maybe Bangkok or Mesot, or I'm in Myanmar, or maybe in a part of India. But I'm traveling for the first month of January, involved in some various aspects of some ministry things that I'm doing. And so anyway, I will be out for the first 5 course meetings. Now the first 4 of those, beginning Wednesday, January the 17th, through that next Wednesday, those first 4 lectures, Wednesday, Friday, Monday, Wednesday of that next week, we'll have a lecturer from the DBU math department will come and they'll cover for me those first 4 lectures. Now the 5th lecture, Friday, January the 26th, that one will be a little different in that every DBU class is required to offer an online course or online class during the first few weeks of the school year. And this is to get students used to the potential of taking some online material on Blackboard. Also, in case we ever have a situation where we're unable to meet on campus, we can keep all the classes at DBU going. And so this gets everyone online for each class at least once. And so that Friday, the 26th, we'll do an online class today. We will not meet in class, but we'll meet online on Friday, January 26th, and I'll do a lecture for that as well. In fact, in addition to this introductory lecture, I will do 5 additional videos where I will work problems and give a little bit of lecture about the content for Math 1300. So in addition to the 4 in-class lectures you'll have 5 video sets that you can watch online, and you can see the way I work problems. It'll probably be just identical to the person that covers my course, but that way you can go back to them and refer to them if you get stuck on a particular problem. Now, in addition to course lecture, my cell phone number is 214-681-4213. 214-681-4213. And I give it to all my students. In fact, I give it to everyone at the church. I'm the pastor of Matthew Road Baptist Church in Grand Prairie, just about 10-15 minutes from the campus. Many students from DBU go to our church. Many faculty members also go to our church, very close to DBU. And all of them have my cell phone number, and so I want to give it to you as well. And here's the deal. If you have a question at all during the semester about a particular problem, you can text me anytime. Now, if you text me at 3 in the morning, I may not respond until the next morning, but I will respond as soon as I can, usually within a few hours, and oftentimes within just a few minutes. It's also not uncommon for students within the class to study together, and I'll get a text from one student while 4 people are all kind of working together. Here's my only request, is that if you have a question from the book, is that you send me a picture of the problem in the book along with your question. And the reason for that is I don't always have my textbook with me. I might be at a hospital visit because I'm the pastor of a church, or I might be out on the baseball fields because I coach a couple of baseball teams. And so I don't always have my book with me. And so if you say, hey, I need help with problem 3 on page 7, that doesn't help me. What helps me is if you send me a picture of it and say, can you help me with problem 3? And then I can usually text back either a detailed information enough in the text, or sometimes I'll write it out by paper, take a picture of my solution and send it back to you with explanation. And so you can text me. In fact, when I get back in the country, I come back January 27th. On the 29th, that Monday, will be my first time back in class. And what I'll do on that day is I'll probably also offer for to get all the students' cell phone numbers. And I send out a group text, kind of a blast information periodically throughout the semester where I'll say, hey, we have a test on Friday, don't forget, and what homework is due. Those kinds of things. I try to stay in communication with the class as a whole. That way, no one gets surprised by showing up on the day of an exam unaware that there was a test that day. And in addition to that, the syllabus online is very detailed. All the problems, all the suggested problems each day, in addition to the day of the exams and the exact content that's on those exams. And in addition to that, there are 6 homework assignments due throughout the semester, each on the days of the 6 exams. So on every time you take a test, you will turn in homework on that day. And the homework won't be from all of the chapter questions. It will be review questions only at the end of each chapter. And so what you'll do is you'll turn in that review homework to me as you on the day you take the test. And the reason I do this is that those homework problems, I'll use those as part of my exam prep and in terms of setting up the questions on the exam, I'll actually draw them from the textbook review questions. And so that way you're practiced for that. In addition to practicing with the review questions, I also host a practice test every lecture prior to the exam. So there are 6 exams, there'll be 6 days of practice tests. And so what I try to do is a practice I use within baseball, which is called scrimmaging, which is before the season, you get another team together and you try this baseball stuff out. Well, we do this with the exams. I want you to scrimmage. I want you to find out, what do I know? What don't I know? What problems are hard for me? Which ones do I need to focus on? Which things do I seem to have already pretty well satisfactorily accomplished? And so I want to give you a practice run on each exam. And so we'll do that the lecture before each test. And so when I get back on the 29th of January, we'll be heading towards our first exam. And again, you can see that on the syllabus. It's spelled out on the syllabus. Check the syllabus for practice homeworks between exams. And then also each exam day in bold, it will say there's a test along with the homework assignments that are due. And so that syllabus can be found online on Blackboard. Just a little bit about me. My name is Daniel again, and I am the pastor of Matthew Road Baptist Church. I'm married. My wife Kimberly is a pediatrician with Baylor Healthcare. She works as a pediatrician out of the Midlothian office. We have 2 sons. They're age 16 and 14, nearing the time of starting college work on their end. And so our family, we've been married. My wife and I have been married now for almost 27 years. I love teaching. I love to get to know students throughout the semester. And so because of that, I'd like to get to know everyone a little bit better. What I'm going to do is the first Blackboard entry on the discussion board will be a get to know you type entry. I'll put the first entry in there. And if you would, each student post on that Blackboard entry a little bit about yourself. You might include things like your major, what you'd like to do long term, a little bit about maybe your family, maybe where you went to high school, you have pets, anything like that. Whatever you want to share, as little or as much as you'd like to share on there. I'll put the first entry in there so you might have a little bit of an example. It's not graded. I just like to get to know students better. I might even be able to respond back and read through some of those from various places on my journey when I'm in Bangkok or Myanmar or when I'm in India. And so if I get a chance to read up on those, I may even respond to some of those. So if you get a chance to post on there, and then we'll use that discussion board for the online class for that January, the last Friday in January, we'll put that online class. There'll be discussion board as part of that online class. So get used to using that. In addition to that, I use the Blackboard to put sample questions out there. I'll post links to these videos. All of those kinds of things can be found in Blackboard. So you're going to want to use Blackboard quite a bit. In addition to that, I'll put grades in there. And so all your grades, as I grade homework, as I grade exams, they'll all be listed and posted into Blackboard. And so all you need to know, all the information you'll need to know for the semester will be in there beyond what we do in the lectures. All right, so I look forward to meeting you guys, and God bless you in your endeavors this semester.